Hello everyone, welcome to my WIP Parade. My name is Carrie and this is Tiger Lily Designs, and today we're going to be doing my 2021 WIP Parade and Kit Parade. So I've got 2 stacks of goodies right here next to me on my family room couch. I've come down here, got a little comfy, got all my bags ready to go just to show you, do a little inventory of my 2021 before the new year starts, what I've got going on. I've got my handy dandy notebook, which has all my WIPs listed. I've got 9 WIPs that are vintage, old, big old projects. I have 14 WIPs that I started during Flossmas. So if you didn't know, during the month of December, I did Flossmas. Had so much fun doing it. Hopefully a lot of you guys joined me and have subscribed from that experience, but I had so much fun doing that. But during that, I had a few starts. So since I had a featured designer every week, or every day week, that would have been easy. I had a featured designer every day from December 1 through 24. So I still have 14 WIPs left over from Flossmas, as well as I've got 16 projects kitted up, ready to go for 2022. So I'm going to show you guys that as well. So we've got 39. I feel like I need to find one more to get a nice round 40 to start my 2022. I think it's going to happen. My new year, new start. I haven't found it yet, but I got a couple days left. So we're going to have 40. But just today, we've got 39. I'm going to do the 9 vintage WIPs first. Then I'm going to skip to the kitted ones, the 16 new kitted ones. And then at the end, I'm going to do the Flossmas 14, just in case you've been following along and you saw all those during the month of December. They haven't changed since those daily videos. But so I'll put those at the end just so if you followed me along, you don't need to see those again. Not quite yet anyway. All right, so without further ado, we're going to dig right into my stack of goodies. Most of them are in Tiger Lily Design project bags. I have a couple different designs of project bags that I like to make. Sometimes I sell them, sometimes I don't. This is my folio style. Right now, the folio style is just for me. But in 2022, I have big plans to make some for you guys as well as share a pattern. So hopefully if you like this style, I'll just show you this one. There'll be more along the way, but let me just show you how they work. They have 2 zipper compartments, vinyl fronts, and then there's pockets behind each one. So this one, I use this one for my multi-pattern WIPs. Sometimes you'll see I have a couple of WIPs that have multi-patterns, and this is one of them. So this is I'll be honest, this is my favorite project pattern. I put a vintage brooch on it, vintage lace, quilted stitching. So it needed a good project because it's my favorite bag. And it does not, it's great. This has my Anniversaries of the Heart from Blackbird Designs. Now you will see, I started this project. Let's see, I have notes for some of them, and I'll reference my notes if I know. So I started this one in January of 2021 last year. Had big intentions of doing a block a month, and she was going to be done this year, but I scrolled with the best of them. I have 2 blocks done so far. You saw the moth one is the one I'm doing for Lily. She just thought that was hilarious that the moth was as big as the house. And then the first pink house that I'm still working on right now is for my grandmother, Maxine. I have in my project bag, of course, I have all the yummy, called for floss, and then the extra supplemental floss for all the different patterns that are in there. But what I have in there that's interesting, hold on, I don't want things to fall off the couch here on WIP number 1, is I have a little chart, a printout from the Blackbird Design web page, the Anniversaries of the Hearts. Somebody's printed out pattern. I have a couple of them. I don't know which one's the right one, but This one has notes on it. There we go. So I have identified which block is for which family member. And so I have that little cheat sheet in this folder as well. So hopefully it'll help me get stay all organized. But, you know, like I said, I had goals of doing one block per month, and it was going to be gorgeous and have a very special place to hang in my house. But then I got away from it. Maybe here in 2022, I will come back to it. We'll see. WIP number 2 is another one of my folio bags. This is a patchwork style one, but this is another multi-pattern WIP. So this is my, let me see if I can show you. Yes, okay, without the glare. There we go. Third day of Christmas. So if you've been following me for a while, you've seen this both on Instagram and on FLOSSTUBE. I am doing the Hello from Liz Matthews, her 12 Days of Christmas Advent. And so I have finished the first one. You can see that definitely in my Instagram, but this is the third day. I know I skipped the second day. I'll go back to it. Don't worry. I did my own color conversion on this one. Liz Charts and NPI Silks and or DMC. I did a color conversion to Miss Sadis Silks, and they're so yummy. I have a cute video. I will link it right here. That is a color conversion. I kind of did a, hey, have lunch with me and do a color conversion with me to show you guys what I have going on. I have a cute in my, maybe, here it is. Neon green. I have a little conversion cheat sheet, so take a screenshot of that if you want to use my Miss Sadis color conversion. That'll show you the symbols and the numbers that I have converted for numbers 1, 2, 3, and that's as far as I've gotten. I need to get pattern 4. I have pattern 5. How I skipped 4 and went straight to 5, who knows? I'm stitching it on 14 count country cream, vintage country cream from Fat Quarter Shop. I will link that down below, of course. Then next WIP number 3. These are in no particular order, by the way. I was going to order them in a chronological order, or let me pause that. I was going to order them in chronological order, but I decided not to. And so they're kind of just in randomness. I do have them in the 3 different sections, and we'll go from there. Anyway, so WIP number 3, this is in one of my strawberry project bags. This was a tutorial I did, kind of a make with me, learn how to make these quilt blocks. I will link that video here. It's a free tutorial that I have on my website to make these quilt blocks. It's really not that hard. You can do it. Use that in combination with my project bag tutorial, and you can get yourself some cute strawberry theme, pumpkin. I think I've got a couple of them. Tomato. Anyway, that's that cute strawberry project bag that I have. Okay, so in that bag is Winter Rose Manor by Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread, of course. Yummy. I haven't worked on this. When did I start this one? Do I have a note? Winter Rose Manor, I started in August of 21. And then, I worked on it for a while. I'm not quite sure why I put it away. Maybe I did do a little color conversion. Obviously, the thing about this pattern is that pink house. Yummy. I am a sucker for a pink house. I went and I did a color conversion. I changed my pink house. I did not using the called for conch. I did, there we go. Yeah, I changed a lot of colors, to be honest with you. Yeah, there's lots of pencil notes in here of what I changed. The biggest one is the pink house. I'm using Meredith's pink. That's really the only thing you can see so far. And so Meredith's pink is the pink I chose for the house. And then we'll just see how that one, if I get any product, that would be a fun January stitch. Maybe I'll add that to the rotation. You know, it has the nice wintry theme, but not so much Christmas anymore. Oh goodness, I'm already losing things. All right, let's see what we got. So what's next? All right, trying to go fast. I enjoy a good WIP parade. I could sit, and I did sit and stitch. I've watched a couple of them already. Lots of fun. but I'm going to try to like get through them a little bit quicker. Hopefully you've got your great stitching to keep you occupied. Stitch and listen, maybe pop up and look up every once in a while. Got your beverage. Anyway, the next one is in my rainbow project bag. This was the basis for the project bag tutorial that I have. I will link right here. It is just a link after link after link. But anyways, lots of good stuff I'm trying to put up on YouTube for you guys. This is a fun pattern. It is called Folk Flowers by Satsuma Street. I always try to put my I don't make working copies. I should, because I end up writing on things, but the reality is I don't do anything with my patterns. They just go into a I've stitched it bag. And so I feel like I can write on the originals. This was a PDF download, so there was no original pattern to worry about, but I like to put my stitched copies in these page protectors just to try to keep their a little more intact. Anyway, Satsuma Street Folk Flowers. This has been around for a while. I loved just the design. It was just a skinny, sweet design. A lot of the walls in my house I have decorated with art. My mom's art, my grandmother's art, lots of art is basically what hangs on my walls. Obviously I have quilt art behind me. So, but sometimes you have those skinny walls, like right there, I can't show you, but right there between like where the bathroom door is and the wall into my office, there's this skinny little wall space that's only like 10 inches wide. It's not wide enough to really put a picture or a frame, but how cute would this be hanging right in that skinny long section? First of all, I'm here for the color. There is color all in my house. So that's what spoke to me, and I thought I had the perfect place for it, and I was so excited. Got right to it, opened it up, and this is as far as I got. I mean, it's super sweet. I mean, it's charted all in DMC. I'm stitched on a 14 count chalkboard Ada that I got from Fat Quarter Shop. It was just my first time stitching on black fabric, and I definitely need to invest in the tips and the tricks of stitching on black fabric, putting a white pillow underneath you or a white something to try to let the holes be seen a little bit. If you're new to my channel, I am an Ada stitcher. Everything that you will see today is on Ada. I love linen, don't get me wrong. So here's all the charted colors, DMCs. It's all bobbinated. I love linen. I think it's gorgeous. As a quilter, I am here for all the textiles and the yumminess of it. But my poor eyes, they do not agree with linen. And I just can't do, no matter how good my light is, no matter how strong my magnifiers are, I can't get her done. Anyway, so it's okay. I have fun stitching what I love. So this is another folio bag, because this is another great multi-project big piece. So what do I have in here? This is my Plum Street sampler. Let's take the glare away, maybe. It's the Salt Box collection. The 4 seasons, summer, autumn, spring, and winter, obviously. So I've got those in the side pocket. I have my working copy. Can't show you that because that's the actual pattern. My floss, not so pretty, but it's all on a binder clip ready to go. And let me show you. So yeah, I have my active one in its page protector. This one this is a hand dyed by me fabric. So it was one of those ones I wanted a yummy, I just wanted my neutral to have a little pinky tone to it. And I think I got it. Let's see. That's a better, I don't want it to wash out. I'm shooting during the daylight, trying to get some natural light for you guys. But I went ahead and so I'm stitching it all in one piece. So this is another one of those long skinny walls. I thought it would be super cute stitching it all together. I've obviously got winter mostly done. I've moved on to spring and I'm moving on to summer. So I haven't worked on this one in a while. I definitely need to bring this one back. I enjoy it. You know, I love Paulette Stewart's patterns. She is definitely one of my favorites. You will see in my kitted up section of today's episode, there are many Paulettes, many Plum Street patterns. But that is my salt box Plum Streets that I'm putting all together. I don't even want to say that I have hopes I can do all these this year, because that's just unrealistic, especially when we get into the kitted ones and the other WIPs and all the things, because these are all a lot of big projects. But maybe I'll pick one or two and really dig into them. Anyway, so the next one, this is one of my vintage table linen upcycled project bags. I'm going to try to do a release of those once a month during 2022 on the 15th of every month, hashtag goals. We'll see how it works out. But I've got quite a collection of some vintage linens that I want to put into project bags. One for me, and then maybe hopefully a couple extra that I can share with you guys. So in that bag, I've got my collection of Prairie Schooler 12 Days of Christmas Santas. This is the cardstock patterns. I was lucky enough to find these at my local, my L&S. And let me take the loosey-goosey ones off. So I've got number 1. He's close. The Partridge in a Pear Tree. This is on a 20 count vintage country mocha. And I like it a lot. I love how sweet and small this little Santa is gonna be. 20 count doesn't stitch quite as quickly as my 14 and 16 count. Here's the, all the called for DMCs, bobbinated, ready to go. I've got other sheets of DMC, of the vintage country mocha. I had high hopes that I was just gonna whip through a couple of these. They don't whip quite as well as, or quite as fast as I would hope, on 20 count, but that's okay. Slow and steady wins the race. Not that it's a race, because it's not. So that is in my Christmas bag right there. What do we have in here? So this is one of my vinyl front bags. I don't make these quite as often anymore. I think I'm just not, I don't know. We'll see. I do have a couple left in my shop, always down below in my, description box. I will link you to all the things that are me. But anyway, this is, let me just show you what I got. Open it up. It's going to be so sweet. It's Lila Studios, a Quaker welcome. So this is what I've got so far. Let me show you what the end pattern looks like. It's very sweet, very cute. This is another one that I did a Miss Sadis conversion for. Let me I do my conversions on little Post-its, neon green Post-its. So you would see so there's, if you want to take a screenshot of that, if you wanted to do a Miss Sadis conversion. But then I put them all together on my binder clip. This one got put on hold. I ran out of the black that I was using. It's obviously Miss Ada says hand-dyed silks, so it's not black, it's two-tone. It's not variegated, but it's a nice, yummy, rich color, and I love it. But it just came back in, so now this guy can come back out, and he was stitching up really fast until I ran out of silk. And then, of course, silk coming from Spain takes a little bit on the slow boat. Anyway, moving right along. This is another one of those fruit basket quilt blocks. This is watermelon. It's just so cute. Okay, so this black and white stripe, I'm here for it. Look, and I put a nice, anyhow. I have so much fun making the project bags, just as much. Well, anyway, I have fun doing it. This in here is a WIP I totally forgot about. I'm not even quite sure, when I went to pull up my WIPs, this is so close to being done. How is this not done? This is, let me show it to you. Speaking of loving Palm Street samplers, here's another one. It's 100 Ways. This is, of course, I love a good Pride and Prejudice. Jane Austen, I am here for it. And so I had to get this one. I don't know where it's going to hang. It's a little girly, but that's okay. I'm not opposed to it. This is a, 14 count Ada that I dyed. You ready for it, people? I dyed it with Skittles. I took Skittles, the red Skittles, dropped them in some bubbly water, seltzer water, and made this pretty pink baby dye. I put my Ada in there, let it soak for a couple days, took it out, gave it a good wash, set it with heat, and it is good to go. It was a perfect perfect baby pink tone. All the pinks I could find were like, woo, pink in your face. I just wanted like a sweet blush pink. Anyway, so this one is stitching up. Okay, I remember why this one got put away. Because I'm stitching on Ada, right? Ada. There are parts of this pattern, see right there, that's over 1. Doing over 1 on Ada is just not my jam. So I actually, yeah, I changed it a little bit. So see how it says in love right here, big letters, these are normal. So she had the in love, and then I am changing it a little bit. That's it right there. Let me take it out. Let me take it out. Because this, if you're an Ada's teacher, you're going to, so see how the M-A and that Y is over 1. That is what threw me off. I put the in, I kind of bumped over the love just so I could get it all. I'm going to do hearts going up instead of hearts this way. And then obviously all their faces are over 1. So I think that's why there was a pause in the action on this one, because over 1 stitching on Ada is a little tricky, but it's not impossible. So I just need to hunker down and get her done. It's okay. I can do it. So maybe so that of course I've got all the called for. I'm pretty sure it's called for. The pinks and the greens, and they're sweet. My working copy, and it's page protector as it all pops right in. This is the perfect little size. It's one of those like 9 by 12. It holds a perfect sheet of paper, just enough. Then I'm guessing this is another Christmas because I like to stay on theme. Yes, it is. Okay, so I've got 2 baby plum streets in here. I've only started the one, but I did put them together because I'm using the same flosses. Even though they're not called for the same flosses, Plum Street has a Merry 1, Merry 2, and a Merry 3. I have finished Merry 3. I will put a picture right here. Ooh, let's see if I can do it. Put a picture right here of Merry 3, all stitched up. It is not FFO'd yet because I'm waiting to get the other 2. I want to do all 3 kind of in the same FFO style, and I'm putting them all on the same fabric, and I'm using all the same flosses. So even though she charts them in 3 different tones of flosses, I'm choosing so that the 3 of them will coordinate. So this is Merry 1, and you will see, you know, she charts it, and it's a nice, like, primitive kind of light red. I went, and obviously a lighter fabric. I changed everything. There is not one color that is called for that I am using, because I'm using basically the colors I used for Merry 3. But it's close. It's close. It's another one that I could just get her done. And then this is Merry 2. I will definitely change the colors on that. I don't want Santa to be wearing a black coat. That doesn't speak to me. And the red sleigh, I think the sleigh needs to be red too. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be changey, but I do want them to match. So my Merry 1, 2, and 3 are all going to coordinate. I'm going to use the same thread colors, conceptually just change the designs and use them as is. Hopefully to make them into 3 little Christmas dough bowl pillows. I don't have a dough bowl yet, but maybe by Christmas of 2022, I'll have some dough bowl pillows for Christmas that I will need to find a dough bowl for. All right. And then that's it. So I was going to say, hold on, this is not. So that is my 9 vintage whips. Now we're going to go to kit it up. I don't want to go to, so the rest of this is my Flossmas whips. But like I said, I'm going to skip over to this pile because if you watched Flossmas just last week, you don't need to see those again yet. So I don't want you to miss the kits though, because these are some good ones. So I've got, hold on, sorry, I keep looking over to my little list. So there is 16 2022 kitted up projects. Holy cow. I had a little bit of a kitting up party extravaganza. All the things were coming to me, ordering all the threads, and I just couldn't stop. Okay. Anyway, so this is in a vintage stitching patchwork project bag. This was one of my favorites that I did. I used Liberty of London patchwork just to grab the colors of this one. Oh, So yummy. I don't have any more of that one. It's just, you know, that's the thing about my project bags is it's kind of, you know, I only make one or a handful because they're made with vintage linens. Anyway, what's in here, ooh, got a little bend to it, is the Feast of Friendship. This is my first 2022 kitted up. I've got, let's see if I'm trying to do better of telling you guys the fabric. Nope. Well, it's adorable. Do I have a sticker? Look at that. We still have a 1, 2, 3 sticker on it. Winning. So this is a yummy, oh, you can see, remember this is just kitted up. There is not going to be a start in this bunch, but this is kitted up. And what did I kit it up with? A 16 count country French latte. I wanted just a pale enough color that I thought, and that the floss toss was fantastic. I thought all of those just screamed Thanksgiving and autumn and are going to look great with that one all. I mean, oh my goodness, is that just not an autumnal gorgeous masterpiece right there? It is. So I don't think I changed a lot of the colors. I did a couple of the blue, you know, so the blue house is obviously like the thing. Uniform blue and midnight. Yeah, so the midnight blue, I do believe is a different color, is a color conversion versus what are they called for? Anywho, that's what I've got kitted up. Feast of Friendship. That is a big guy. You guys, if you don't know, Feast of Friendship, let me just give you a little chat while I'm putting it back away. I'm sorry, I have to put these things away because if I don't put them away as I'm opening them, it's going to be a hot mess. Hot mess express here for me later. So this one is 91 by 189. I'm doing it on 16 counts. It's going to be great. Hopefully I'll get that one started and get that one going. All right, so what do I have in here? Oh, this is a good one. Oh, listen, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that probably too many times. But anyway, this is a good one. I'm super excited. Okay, I watched myself on FLOSSTUBE. I usually don't watch myself on FLOSSTUBE, but I was with, and we were watching Floss. But I must say, super excited about 17 times an episode. But I'm just so super excited. Anyway, so what is in here? Let me pull out my board. This is the Summer Schoolhouse by, I think it's Brenda Gervais. Yep, Brenda Gervais. She's got 4 lessons. So if you don't know this series, it's sweet little pin keeps that I believe were a retreat exclusive at one point. I think you had to go to summer school. I don't even know. I'm not cool enough to know all these things. But I was able to grab this series of 4 pin keeps from my local L&S. She had just one of each. Ooh, scored that. And then I got all the called for floss. So fabulous. And I kitted it up while I was there at In Stitches, is my local needle workshop in Alexandria. I got myself an 18 by 36. I don't even know how big that is. Half quarter fat yard. See, I'm a quilter, so I haven't quite figured out the dimensions yet that these fabrics in the stitching world are sold in. Doesn't make sense. But it's an 18 by 36 measurement of 16 count, picture this plus Ren. And I thought it was perfect. I know it's way too much. I don't need this big of a piece for just those 4 little pin keeps. But I got it because they had it, and it's going to be great for my stash later. So that is 4 kitted up projects. Those are smaller. So those are manageable. It's not overwhelming as some of these are. But now let's go. I'm calling this one my farm bag. Because it has look at this chicken rooster thing. Anyway, and cows, there's a cow. I don't know where the cow is. Anyway, super fun. And then I put strawberries in the back. But in this bag, wait for it. In this bag are 4. And so I kitted them up separately inside the bag. It's just a way for me to stay organized. A, because I didn't have enough project cloth bags for everybody to have their own. And B, I found when I was sorting my kitted up projects, there were some obvious themes. And I was like, okay, let's just put the themes together. So this theme is my farm theme. No, I do not live on a farm. No, I do not have chickens or cows. I wish I did. I wish I had all those things. Not my current life. But I'm here for a good cow or a rooster or a chicken. So the first bag kitted up is the Wool and Flocks by Plum Street. Like I said, this is going to be a Plum Street kitted up party. I've got all the floss bagged up, ready to go. I've got my piece of coffee dyed Ada, super fabulous, ready to go in there with the page protector pattern all set. So that was farm kit number 1. Farm kit number 2. Well, if you have the wool and flax, you need to have the milk and cream. I mean, come on, who doesn't love a cow with the quilt star on it? Kitted up with all the called for floss. Again, another piece of coffee dyed Ada, ready to go, all packaged up in my sweet little bag. Again, I've got these. These are fantastic. For little sub-organization, like this farm theme bag, I put these snapped little, I can't show you too much, there's a chart. These snapped plastic bags from Amazon. You get like 30 for a very reasonable price. I will link down below. And then the third and fourth one are together in one bag because they're small and they're sweet and they have a lot of the same floss. It's the hen pack and the cow pile. So yeah, this bag is all about the sheeps, the cows, and the roosters and chickens. And so then I have 2 pieces of Ada, all serged up, ready to go. The called for floss. Like I said, they have a lot of the called for same floss. So that's why I kitted these up together in the same little mini project bag. So give me my snaps. So I've got my 3 farm themed kits ready to go in my farm theme project bag. Yeah, I'm a goober. It's okay. I'm here for it. Anyway, the next one is a vintage stitching bag. This one's fun. I should just this one has been kitted up for a hot minute for sure. I went to my LNS and I kitted this. I saw this and I just kitted the whole thing up. It was one day. It was a little treat for me on a random Saturday. And I said, you know what? I want a new one. So I went up and I got it. And this is 16 count. Picture this plus fawn. 13.5 by 17. So I picked it because it was a nice, yummy color. I kitted up all the called for floss. And it's to make this sweet sewing bird scissor pocket. Now, I'll be honest, I'm probably not going to make it into a sewing bird scissor pocket. This one's either going to hang in my studio because it's a bird sewing. I just love that. Or I'm going to make it a pin cape and put it in my dough bowl that I don't have yet. But it shouldn't take that long. I mean, yeah, the bird's going to take a hot minute to stitch. But the rest of it should come together really, really quickly. The design is only 80 by 110. So it's really just that bird. So this guy could come together real quick. We'll see. Kit it up, ready to go. This, I don't even remember what I put in here. Oh, yes, I do. This is my pumpkin theme. Shocker. Pumpkin theme fall autumnal kits. There's a couple of them in here. On here is my zipper pull tag made by my sweet friend, Michelle. She has a FlosStube channel. It's Penny's Daughter Shares. See the Penny? If you don't know the story, you need to go watch her. And she'll tell you the story. But she sent me this sweet little friendship bracelet penny pull, and I love it. So I needed to go right here on here. Mainly, I picked this one because in this bag This is not my pumpkins. No. That would make sense, but it doesn't. This is my Mount Vernon bag. What? Okay, so I live in Northern Virginia, and I live in Purcellville, Virginia, and I frequent Alexandria, Virginia, which is right near Mount Vernon, Virginia. Anyway, I'm there all the time. Drive by this thing at least, I don't even know, five, 6 times a month. And I don't have any things, but Plum Street does gorgeous Mount Vernon themed stitching. And I said, you know what? I need to kit this, that, and that up. So I grabbed 3. Why do 1 when you can do 3? So I've got 3 Mount Vernon bags, all with the called for floss, pretty much ready to go. This is a sweet George Decorates for Martha. So sweet. I've got that kitted up with a, do I write down what this is? French Country Golden Needle 16 count Ada that I got from 123 Stitch. So I've got that kitted up in a bag ready to go. And so the next 2, oh no, I'm sorry. This one, I do not have the fabric for yet because I want a coffee dyed Ada, and I haven't done any coffee dyeing since pre-Christmas. So once I get a coffee dye batch good and ready, it will go in there. But a George and Martha, sweet little pin creep. Look at that Mount Vernon. Oh my goodness, love that. I have that kitted up with all the called for floss. And then this last one was adorable. Look at the, sorry, the glare is bonkers. I tried to, the sun is now here. Hopefully the light's not crazy down. This is Blue Skin. So that's George and his horse. So cute. I have that kitted up with all the called for floss. And I have it kitted up with a piece of 16 count Picture This Plus Darling. It's this light grayy blue. I thought it was perfect to go with this blue green or this blue skin pattern with in my Mount Vernon kitted up bag. So that's what's in this kitted up pumpkin bag. Let me put all these away real quick. So 2 smalls, 2 like pin keep doubles, totally manageable, doable projects. And then one of them's a little bigger. It's that George Decorates for Martha. It's not too big. I mean, on the cover picture, she has it pictured as a pillow, although it's probably stitched on like 40 count to be a pillow, but that's okay. So that's what's in that bag. This is my last kit. So obviously, you know, I had some themes. So there was multiple kits and multiple bags. So it's not too bad. This is my last kitted up bag. This has got to be the pumpkin. Yeah, this is the pumpkin bag. So I've got 3 separate projects in this bag ready to go kitted up. Yep. Okay. So this one, hold on, I got to take it out because I don't want to show you the pattern. This one, my sweet friend Michelle, Penny's daughter shares, enabled me to knead this pattern. She does everything that has a name Penny in it. It's so sweet. So this is a pumpkin. I have it kitted up and ready to go with the called for floss. So yummy. And I used the other piece of that Picture This Plus Darling. I ordered a 1/4 yard from 123 Stitch. And so I used some for that blue skin horse and some for this penny pumpkin. So sweet. All right, so that one's kitted up and ready to go. This one's, so again, this was the pumpkin bag. Let me remind you. So also in this pumpkin bag is my hickety pick. Do you see this rooster? It could have gone in the farm bag. I had choices. It could go in the farm or the pumpkin. So I put it in the pumpkin bag because there's a little pumpkin right here in the wagon. And this is Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread and this little rooster in a wagon. This also needs some coffee dyed Ada cut for it when I do a dip dye, hopefully in January. But I'm all ready to go. I've got all the called for colors. Oh my gosh. Listen, all these autumnal colors are so yummy. I mean, I'm not really stitching on autumnal and talking about autumnal in December is not really what we do, but when you're talking about kitted up. And then the last thing in my pumpkin bag kit. So my last kitted up project is going to be Plum Street Samplers Cinnamon Stars. So sweet. There's the pumpkins right there. That's how I got in the pumpkin bag. I've got it kitted up with all the called for floss. It's kitted up with a 16 count Water Lily Ada from 123 Stitch. It's just a nice creamy, little bit of cream. It's a little, you know, but it's not over the top cream. It wasn't too dark. It looked great with my little floss toss that I did for it. And so that's what I'm stitching it with. I'm using mostly, I've got all the called for colors right now. I may switch around a little bit when I get down to it. She uses a little darker fabric in her pattern, so I just want to make sure that those lighter colors actually show up on my light fabric. So there might be some changes as I stitch, but so far that's what I've got. Kitted up, ready to go. All right, so let me just put my pumpkins back in their bag and they're all set. And then we've just got quick 14, no problem, from Flossmas. Though, like I said, Flossmas was last month or this month, December, and I almost started 24 projects. There were a couple of days where I didn't start the patterns, the designs, but so I've got 14 WIPs from it. So I know Valentine's, you're like, Carrie, you're doing Flossmas. Well, this was my last folio one, and this project needed a folio. And so if you don't know, definitely I'm doing this as a sal in 2022. This is the 12 days of Christmas. I'm doing them as 12 ornaments. This is a Vivsters pattern. I don't remember what day she was in Flossmas. She was a couple days actually. But so far, the WIP I've got, oh good, I don't need the board. So I've got the partridge almost done. I realized I didn't have one of the flosses, so I've got to head on over to my big box store and grab one of those. So instead I went and I just started working on the next ornament border. I know, I'm stitching the borders. I wasn't gonna do the borders, but I just liked the way it looked. So I'm going to invest the time and do the borders on those. And so, of course, with that, like I said, I have to use my folio style on this one because there's basically 12 mini patterns and there's a bunch of floss, people. So I've got all the patterns in here and this is in my folio. So that is my Flossmas. That one. Let's see what else. What other kind of WIPs do we have from Flossmas? This was a sweet one. I didn't even open these up to make sure that I had all the cover pages. I think there's cover pages for most of these. So this is the Candy Canes hand rolled signed. It's going to be sweet. I have worked on this since Flossmas, but then I realized about 2 days ago that I messed up. Do you see where I messed up? I didn't until I got way too far over. See the rolled? More importantly, see where the L is above the C? See the L is way over here? Do you see where it is on the pattern? Yeah, somehow my stitches shifted about 10 blocks, I think. I don't know. So I realized on Saturday night as I'm stitching that I'm gonna have to frog basically the entire rolled out. And I decided, not today, friends. You're gonna go to timeout instead. So that's where it went. It'll come back out because I like it. And it will be a fun little Christmas sign for next year. These are obviously all Christmas patterns. This is Spooky and Steve, North Pole Milk and Cookie Company. Again, this is on another one of my coffee dyed Adas. I don't know if I worked on this since I showed you guys, but I love this coffee dye. Sorry. I love a good modeling. Look at all those dots and funky tidbits. This is a yummy piece of fabric. This will be a great little chalkboard finish. I'm using the Anchor black, and then 2 DMCs red and green that I custom converted. Again, if any of these you like, you can go back to my Flossmas 2021 videos, and usually almost all my thumbnails show a picture of what I'm doing. So you might be able to figure out like, well, let me get the details on that one. There'll be a lot more details in the videos. This one is a Cardinal. This is an Artist Design Winter Cardinal sampler. Super sweet. I have it on a picture of this plus Glacier. I haven't worked on it anymore, but it will come together perfectly. Very sweet. I love a good cardinal pattern. You will see, I could have done a cardinal theme bag. I didn't have enough bags. So I need to make myself some more bags so I can put all the cardinals together in a bag. Speaking of cardinals, here's another one. This one's called the Cardinal Sampler from the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. This, I did my own color pull. It's on another piece of my hand-dyed coffee fabric. It's close. I could probably put a couple days of stitching in that one and get that one done. So that's exciting. So that is another one of my cardinals. I don't know what I was doing. I mean, I promise I wasn't stitching under the influence. I just don't know, but I realized about half an hour after I realized that one I put in timeout, I realized that I miscounted on this one too. Dang nabbit. So into timeout this one went because I'm off at least 3 stitches. Don't know how it happened. And listen, I am all for accidental mistakes, accidental changes to the pattern. I would do it in a heartbeat if I could get it to make sense. But this Santa, it doesn't make sense. And he is just adorable. I haven't figured out if I'm going to just do the Santa and finish it like an ornament. Like I've got those 3 Santas that I did during Flossmas, those 3 Santa ornaments. I loved those. And so I haven't decided if I'm going to stitch all the stuff around him or just stitch the Santa. But once I figured out he needs some time in Frogging Land too, into timeout he went. I know, it's sad, but I'm okay with it because I've got other things to do. This one is Lucy Heaton's Pretty Christmas Village. So sweet. What did I love about this one? Yep, the pink Christmas tree. I haven't worked on this since I showed you guys, but I got all the DMCs. I got that pink Christmas tree started. It is on a Die by Me custom 14 count RIT die that is just the perfect shade so you don't have to stitch the blue in the pattern. Yes, it's charted to stitch all that blue. No, thank you. This is another one from Lucy Heaton. She was a double dip designer during Flossmas. I just couldn't decide, so she got 2 days. This one's a super sweet one. I should just, get on this one. Look at that white dove, so sweet. She charted this. This was a great little doodah. It is in 7 colors, easy peasy. She charted it in a toile. I did not stitch it in a toile. I stitched it in a little custom color fancy floss pull. Hold on, let me make sure it's not upside down. I don't think it is. Because you just needed like 3 reds, a pink, and 2 greens. And so I went and pulled it. Look at that. And so I'm putting it on pink because I love a good pink fabric. And so this was a pink hand dyed by me, 14 count Ada. That I thought was just the perfect shade. And it was going to let that Christmas dove pop. Just a few more, friends. I promise. We might even stay under an hour. How exciting would that be? This one is called Peppernet House. The picture doesn't really do it justice. It's kind of dark and blurry. But again, I will try to link all the designers down below here in my description box. This one has a story. You should definitely go watch my Flossmas video on this one because this one I did my own color conversion. It's kind of like a custom. I needed the teal. It was all about the Peppermint House, people. It was all about that aqua teal House. So fabulous. It is a custom pull, kind of mixing two different threads, a silk thread, a DMC thread. I kind of pulled them together. That one's going to be super sweet. It's a big one though. So obviously, as we all know, stitching a big old house can take some time. This one, oh my goodness, I love this designer. Her and her mom do a floss tube. I will link them down below. She was such a sweet pattern. I think I'm going to do these as 4 different ornaments. I don't have a tree in my sewing studio, but I have dreams of having a sewing studio tree, just a little baby one, because, you know, it's pretty. So I think I'm going to do these as 4 little ornaments. And so I haven't gotten any further since I showed you guys, but that gingham tree is adorable. And so it's just super sweet. And I love the sewing theme. It's perfect for a sewing studio tree. This one, another pink fabric. Let me show you. Hand dyed by me. The Stitcher hood. It is Quaker Tree. I know I'm going so fast. I'm sorry if you're like, hold on, I can't even keep up. Everything will be linked below. I'm just trying not to take too long. So that's the pink one. This is Cocoa. I can't show you this pattern because there's no picture for it. Yep, I can't show you. Can't show you anything. This is one. It's by Salt and Pepper Stitching. That was the one where I did that sweet little Santa on pink fabric. It's an ornament. It's on Instagram. I actually have a make and finish an ornament video. I will link that right here. You can go and check out. I do a little like 4-minute. It was during my Flossmas videos. I had a little time-lapse video to show you guys how I finished that ornament. I made a separate video just so you didn't have to figure out like which Flossmas was that in. That way there's an easy finish ornament video that you can go and grab. But anyway, this is not that because obviously that one's done. This is like the sister. This is the snowman sister to that Santa. It's super cute. I already have pink fabric for it and the cold floor floss that I use on the Santa. So that one would stitch up real quick because it's just an ornament. Oh, this one's so sweet. It's not a WIP because I actually haven't started it yet, but I wanted to show you guys it because it's definitely going to be in my pile. It is Quaker Bells from the Heart Needle Art. So sweet. There's a couple people actually already doing sales for this one. They started it like 2 days after I showed it on Flossmas. And there's some. It was a mother-daughter team. She's already finished it. Like, good on you, Speedy Gonzalez Stitcher. So gorgeous. I just went and pulled 3. You only need 3 flosses. I mean, a red, a green, and a gold. And I kitted it up with a 16-count white chocolate. The reason I didn't start this is because during the video, I discovered that if you put it on 18-count, it would fit in a standard size frame. And so I wanted to bump up my count so that way I could get it in a standard size frame. I'm here for the standard size frame option always. All right, last but not least is, and of course I don't have the other one. This is the Forest Trees, also by Vivsters. This is the Christmas theme, Christmas on White. Forest Trees, Christmas on White. So she does these trees in, I don't even know how many different color schemes, 3 or 4 different ones. So I have it charted up, ready to go in the Christmas theme. I'm going to put it on the opalescence. Rather than stitching some of this gray starry stuff, I'm going to put it on opalescence fabric. That's what I'm thinking is what I want to do with that. Okay. And I did them all. Woohoo! Party people. Sorry. That's my little WIP party dance. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you so much. So that is my WIP parade, WIP/Kit Parade for 2022. Not too bad. Super excited. Yes, I am. Even though I say it all the time. There are 39. I've never really actually taken a list. And during this process, I actually made a list of my finishes from 2021. Who knew that I finished 14 projects in 2021? Not this girl. So I think it will be fun to do a finish parade sometime. I'll grab the 14 pieces. I will gather them up, although one of them's already been gifted and gone, but I have some good pictures and video I can show you of that one. But the other 14 I can show you, do a little finished parade for 2021. So I do have goals and plans and all the things for 2022, but I'm going to save that for another video because I think this WIP Parade and Kit Parade was enough for today. Don't want to overwhelm you, give you little tidbits of Carrie crazy, sprinkle it through the week or the month. Who knows when I'm going to come back. I'm going to try, I will tell you my plans, just little 5 minutes. I'm going to stay less than an hour, going to crush it and stay less than an hour. So I'm going to talk fast, but 2022, I do have stitchy plans. I have no idea what my plans are for what I'm going to stitch and how I'm going to stitch it. But what I do know, I will share. I do know that I'm going to do the 12 in 12 sal. So the number 12 in the word IN, 12 sal, S-A-L. That is my 12 in 12 sal for my Christmas ornaments. I'm doing the Vivsters 12 in days, 12 days of Christmas. I'm doing one per month. Gonna do that for sure. Join me. I would love it if you are. Hashtag, use the hashtags. I'm gonna follow it. I can't wait to see it. Hopefully we can all at the end of Christmas or at the end of 2022 at Christmas time put 12 pretty ornaments on our tree. Or you could do it all together if you're not doing ornaments. That's cool too. I also think this is where it gets a little gray. I think I want to do 12 Santas too. I finished those 3 Santas during Flossmas, like, you know, bing, bang, boom. Here's some Santa ornaments. And so I think that it would be fun. I love them. I love looking at them. I love hanging them on my tree. I'm super here for it. I think that I need more. So I think I have goals of trying to find. So I have those Prairie Schooler Santas. That's 12 right there. I don't think I want to do all those. We'll see. 12 and 12 sal is also going to be for my Santas. I haven't decided yet. But video wise, I am going to try to come back at least every Friday for FLOSSTUBE Friday, just to give y'all a little update. Maybe it'll be a WIP parade. Maybe there'll be a finish with me. Maybe there'll be something crazy town, but at least I'll come on here every FLOSSTUBE Friday because it's fun. I love seeing you guys every day during Flossmas, but let's be real, that takes a lot of time and commitment. And like, I have actually 3 other full-time jobs. So I can't do that. I just can't, no matter how much I love it. I'm not retired. I can't do it yet. But I will come back on FLOSSTUBE Fridays, give y'all a little hit of the Carrie crazy. And that's what we've got. So that is my WIP parade. I will be back. Remember, that on January 1st is the video for the Flossmas giveaway extravaganza. So there will be 24 daily winners. There will be 24 daily winners pulled from my Flossmas every day. The designers donated a PDF pattern, so there'll be 24 winners for the daily as well as the Flossmas grand prize. If you don't know what that means, here's a link to the grand prize winner video or the grand prize box reveal, so you can go see what it is. If you're seeing this in plenty of time, you still have time. You have until midnight on the 31st of December to go and enter and do all the things that you need to do to win the grand prize. The things in there are retail value over $250. There's some, a Tiger Lily project bag. There is a Starlight and Stitching Co. project bag donated by Amanda. Vivsters donated a 6 pattern bundle. I mean, for real. And then there's lots of other things. So if you're watching this after January 1st, I'm sorry. That's already been done, but that's what kind of fun we have on my channel. So I'd love for you to subscribe, hit the bell, do all the things, and join us. 2022 is going to be just as exciting. Yes, I sing a lot. I think that's what I got for you guys today. That's all I got. So have a great day. Have a great day. Happy stitching, and I'll see you next time.